people have been asking him, when are you going to get back to that Leprechaun House? I got hired to build a Leprechaun House. Well, I managed to get a little bit done on it earlier in the spring. I get the forge going, and well, first I built the frame for the door. I had built the door a year or so ago. That's made out of eastern red cedar, aromatic red cedar. I'm trying to choose woods that will outlast me, for one thing, and so I used cedar for the doors, and then I was lucky enough to have some locusts on the property. Unfortunately, it doesn't grow here, but it's just got some logs. Found a nice curved one, and I split it in half and put the two halves together, and I got this nice arch where I was able to cut this frame out of. So it opens pretty good like that. I got the jam all carved into it. So the locust is on the threshold and the archway here.
And what is particular about locust?
Oh, locust, it says will outlast an iron fence post by 10 years. It just doesn't rot. It's wonderful stuff. So I'm going to be building this with, it's going to be fieldstone construct, you know, the house part is going to be all stone. I wanted something that would last as long as it possibly could. This isn't going to get any maintenance or anything after I build it. It wants to be, as my customer said, I want it rusty, dusty, and full of cobwebs. So it's going to look quite authentic by the time it gets discovered by his grandchildren, who aren't even born yet. I had forged the hinges out last year, but I needed the frame, finally got to the point where I could mount it and everything, and recently I fired up the forge just to mess around a little bit. I made the door handle here, but I've got to make the latch. I have not made the latch yet, but that will actually engage the jamb of the door there, the door frame. And then here, you can see I've got a little speakeasy thing that will open up, and I'm going to do a leaded glass filler in there, so it'll have a little window and then a little turnbuckle to bolt it shut. And I came across this at an antique shop years ago. I really liked it a lot, but it had a ring in it. I think it was a handle on something, but I found this little knob here on a little broken rein hook or something like that from a wagon. It was broken, so I was like, wow, I could cut that and spread the ring open a little bit, put that in there. It's a perfect little knocker for the store. Yeah, that's about as far as I'm going to take this piece until I actually put it in the stones. I'll drill holes in the frame here that will engage the masonry, because the stone and cement is going to come right up to it. I used a piece of iron strapping over the top to bind it all together. That's all going to be buried in the masonry. All you'll see is this face, pretty much.
You can kind of imagine it.
Yeah, with the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Indian decoration, this would symbolize the trail of a porcupine with their footprint on either side. And if you've ever been out in the snow and come across a porcupine trail, it looks just like that, pretty much. They waddle when they walk, so their tail switches back and forth, and their little feet. So it's kind of fun. But it'll be a neat little detail for this house. So one of the next projects I have to do is I have to make some miniature bricks, because they're going to build a fireplace, a working fireplace with a crane and everything, and to cook on in case a leprechaun actually moves in. And then I've got 2 more windows to build, one of which I've started. I got all the lead and all the glass cut and copper tape around each piece ready to solder it up. That'll be a fun project. And for this house, what I'm so excited about with building the house is I get to do all my tricks. I get to do masonry, wood carving. I'm going to do sewing. I'm going to make him a little jacket and hat to hang on the peg. I'm going to make him little shoes to have in there, and all the little accoutrements that he might have wanted or needed. I can't wait to get back at it.